for 38 years, and you know, and those many number of years, I'm also training young students like you to prepare for UPSC. You know, today I'll be discussing with you what are the precautions you must have to take while going for an optional. Then over glorifying my optional, saying that this is the best optional available in the market. You should go for it. I never did that in my lifetime, nor will be doing that today. Let me be very clear about it. I'll be rather telling you what sociology is all about. If you feel like going for sociology, how you should be addressing to the subject, how you'll be looking at the syllabus, what is the nature of the syllabus, contour of the syllabus, how you'll be handling syllabus in 4 months' time. So, we'll be discussing about that. Then I'll be taking your questions, doubts. Voice is clear now? All of you online? Voice are clear? Okay. See, when you are writing your UPSC exam, you must have to prepare for your optional paper in advance. The mistake that students commit is that they consider that we'll be taking up optional after the prelims. But any optional you go for, it is equivalent to MS standard in the university. And the people, those who are competing with you, are writing their mains 2 times, 3 times, at times 4 to 5 times. And they have gone for intensive preparation. So the day you are deciding to go for UPSC, you select your optional. And how to select an optional? Most of the time I find out students go for an optional driven by the crowd mindset. Crowd mindset in the sense, this optional is doing well, let us go for it. This should not be the mindset when you choose your optional. And mind you, if you look at the toppers, you'll be finding out in first 20 candidates, you get students opting for different subjects. You have sociology students, you have political science students, you have history, geography students. That means optionals never fail the students. Students fail the optional. If you are not preparing well, if you are choosing your optional in a hurry, you never read quality content, and most importantly, if you do not know what not to write. Because so much of materials are available to you in this internet age, wherever you go, you get information. But you have to use this information in a judicious manner to get a good score. Therefore, it is not important what you write. Rather, it is important what you are not supposed to write. If you know what not to write, then obviously you are primarily using the information's knowledge in a judicious manner. That takes care of everything. So when you choose an optional, my first advice to you would be read that optional paper 2 to 3 times and focus on each word of the syllabus. Okay? For example, in sociology, there is a topic called as rural development. Okay? You do rural development in your GS. Don't jump into the conclusion that the way you are talking about rural development in general studies, in the same way you are going to write rural development in the context of sociology. I'm giving you one example. If you are getting a question in GS on green revolution and its impact, you'll be talking about how green revolution was introduced, what is the technology that you are using for primarily bringing high varieties of wheat, how productivity is increasing, how poverty is eliminated, and how rural economy is getting primarily a boost. Rural employment is generated, household income is increasing, gender empowerment is taking place. You are discussing about that. But there is an ecological dimension to green revolution. Understanding ecological dimension? Green revolution talks about commercial monoculture, one kind of crop you are growing everywhere. Therefore, ecological diversity is lost. Ecological diversity means in a particular area 50 years back where you are growing paddy, there was primarily a place where close to your agricultural field, big mango tree was there. There was a small place where water was deposited. Therefore, when you are tilling your land, some fruits are falling on the ground, you are picking them up, catching a fish from that water reservoir, carrying it together, going back home, having food and sabji as well. That pleasure you don't have now. Wherever you look, only mustard, 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 and mustard, one color. Therefore, oneness of crops is killing diversity. And if diversity is killed, then what will be happening? Soil quality will deteriorate. Pesticide component will be higher. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Then will be finding out because of overuse of water shortage is that area is suffering from water shortage. Therefore, there is an ecological dimension to green revolution. And because of green revolution, what is happening? Farmers are primarily going for one kind of crops. Supply is more, demand is less, therefore they are demanding for MSP. Putting pressure on the state. Political mobilization is taking place. So green revolution has a political dimension. Failure of green revolution, when it is not giving profit anymore, people are asking for reservation. So therefore, judges, those who are proclaiming at one point of time we are a superior caste, are now asking for OBC reservation. Therefore, green revolution and its primarily optimization, where law of diminishing return is working, it is having a social implication, environmental implication, political implication, gender implication, in addition to economic implication. Therefore, when you are talking about sociology of green revolution, you talk about how green revolution has given way to political mobilization. Green revolution is affecting to environment. Green revolution is giving rise to land means money, and money should be kept in the pocket. Money should not be slipping out of hand. In daughter's marriage, we have to spend money. Therefore, we don't want any daughters. Feticide and infanticide. Gender dimension to green revolution. And the beauty you see, green revolution is giving rise to economic growth. But at the same time, sex ratio is skewed. So there is a connectivity between both. Your thinking pattern, your mindset is patriarchal when economy is primarily progressing. So therefore, material culture is going in one direction. Thinking pattern is primarily traditional. Contestation between the two is affecting to the life of women in the country. Yes or no? So therefore, you may have big money, but at the same time, your consciousness tells, I don't need a girl, I need a boy. So that preference for male child, despite economic affluency, is giving rise to skewed sex ratio. So therefore, always remember one thing, sociology is a discipline that tells you how to look at a particular problem from multi-dimensional perspective. So therefore, green revolution you are doing in GS is different from green revolution you are doing in sociology. So therefore, never ever have this assumption that this subject is having this much of overreach with GS, outreach with GS. GS demands from you facts. Subject demands from you criticality, intensive knowledge, understanding, good expression, an answer carrying academic value than carrying factual value. So therefore, never ever primarily choose an optional thinking that this optional is having 30% correspondence with GS. This optional is having 60% correspondence with GS. Every optional is having some correspondence with GS. Look at GS paper 1. History is there, geography is there, sociology is there. Paper 2, polity is there, governance is there, IR is there, समझ में, constitution is there, economy is there. 3, you look into primarily science is there, technology is there, environment is there, everything is there. And paper 4, you find out ethics, mein philosophy is there, sociology is there. Understanding or not? Psychology is there, public administration is there. Therefore, all optionals are represented. So never ever have this perception that this optional is reaching out to GS, therefore I'll be going for it. So what you are supposed to do is, before you choose an optional, don't go by others what they say. This optional is doing well, that is not doing well. It says absolutely nonsense. Read your optional syllabus 2 to 3 times. Every word is important, every word can give you a question. And look into your level of comfortability with that optional paper. Saying so, I'll be guiding you to know that, sociology as a subject is not taught in all the universities of the country. It's taught from around 50% of the universities of the country. And most of the students doing masters in sociology, they go for research in sociology. They do a course in law after doing sociology graduation. They join NGOs. So therefore, many sociology students, professional sociology students, do not write UPSC. Therefore, most of the toppers of sociology, incidentally, are engineers and doctors. So I always keep telling, I teach sociology to non-sociologists. And last year you'll find out the boy who got 8th rank Assis, he was an engineer from IIT. And Megha primarily got highest number in sociology, 310. She was topper, 13th rank. She was an engineer. Therefore, every year the toppers of sociology are incidentally engineers. And I feel happy that engineers are doing well in sociology. Kyun? Engineers know how to structure the answer. You know how to organize the content. If I give you content, if I tell you how to analyze the content, you can write a brilliant structured answer. And science students don't write nonsense. And they can find out the core point, filter it, and present it in the best way. And over the years, I have primarily seen hundreds of civil servants, those who have opted for sociology. And beauty of these students is, number one, interest in the subject. You give them a direction, they work on that. You correct their answers, they know where they have committed mistakes. And they rectify the mistake and do wonders. So, let us come back to the point. So, read your syllabus 2 to 3 times. And look into each word of the syllabus. I'm repeating it, each word of the syllabus. Now you live in this internet age, information age. Any word you are getting in this syllabus, put that in ChatGPT. It will be giving you 2-page answer. So the concept you consider as ordinary are not really ordinary. Every concept carries meanings. Every concept is researched upon. Every concept is primarily having certain kind of what? Continuous research done on that. Don't go by the face value of the concept. एक example there. Equality. In sociology syllabus, you'll be encountering with the concept that is equality and inequality. But what is equality? Tell me. What is equality? Equality is a perception. Equality is a state of mind. Equality is also a form of experience. Understanding or not? Suppose at home, mother is distributing pieces of cake between two children. One is getting a bigger size of cake, other is getting the smaller size of cake. There you are experiencing what? Inequality. If at Vajiram I am getting more salary in comparison to another person who is also teaching a subject, he is experiencing inequality in comparison to me or not? So inequality is a form of experience. Once you experience that inequality, then question is arising in your mind. I am a teacher, he is a teacher. Why he is paid more, I am less? Then he has to get justification. Rational justification. He is a teacher with so many years of experience. He has produced so many civil servants. His class size is this big. So therefore, his primarily what salary is better, more in comparison to me. So once he's rationalizing it, he'll be keeping quiet. If he's not rationalizing it, he'll be going for high, 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 high. Why inequality? Understanding or not? So inequality is present within family, inequality is present within classroom. If I'm looking at you and addressing the primarily entire class, these people will be considering that they're being sidelined, they're being ignored. Inequality. Therefore, inequality is present in family, it is present in the classroom, it is present in society, it is present everywhere. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? And within bureaucracy, chief secretary is getting salary more, perks and benefits more, power more against an officer who is recently recruited. But this inequality is tolerated because this inequality is defined by rules of law. This inequality is good for everybody. And more importantly, this inequality is temporal inequality. Where he is sitting today after 35 years of being a civil servant. When you complete 35 years, you will be getting into that position. Therefore, inequality is temporal. Therefore, acceptable because it is defined by rules of law. Understanding or not? Then I'll be making a distinction between, see how intensely we are getting into a concept. When I speak about inequality, I'll be talking about distributive inequality and relational inequality. What is this? Distributive inequality and relational inequality. I'm carrying chocolates in pocket, though I'm not. I'll be distributing it amongst you differently. I'll be giving you 5 chocolates, I'll be giving her 3 chocolates. 1 chocolate to others. This is which inequality? Distributive inequality. Therefore, state is distributing benefits among the people equally or unequally. State is distributing benefit among the people equally or unequally. Unequally. So those who get less, they'll be raising slogans. Those who are getting more, they'll be happy. Understanding or not? So how benefits are unequally distributed among the people? If wealth is unequally distributed, you write what? 1% of the people are controlling over 61% of the resources. So therefore inequality is present. Understanding or not? So You can distribute unequally wealth among the people, power among the people, prestige among the people, education among the people. This is which inequality? Distributive inequality, relational inequality. Tell me. Distribution is equal, but relationship is hierarchical. Mother is eating the same food that father is taking. But father is asking question to mother, is food ready? I am hungry. Bring it. Therefore, mother is cooking food. She is carrying food. She is offering food. Equal food both are taking, but one is working for the other, and the other person is enjoying what? The service of mother. Patriarchy. Understanding or not? So inequality is not how much of wealth you get that I do not get. Inequality is how I treat you, look at you, relate myself with you. Therefore, between Brahmin and a Dalit, there is a relational inequality, distributive inequality. Between rich and poor, not only wealth is unequally distributed, rich people look down at poor people, consider they are incapable, they are lacking knowledge, they cannot grow in life. When that is the relationship, then poor people question to behavior of whom? Rich, and that gives rise to movement and protest. Therefore, inequality has two dimensions. Even though we are unequal in terms of wealth, in terms of power, in terms of education, if I behave nicely with you, treat you as equal, understanding it, pay you respect, then in society, integration will be present, harmony will be present. But if I treat you as inferior because you are a girl, treat you inferior because you are a poor person, if I treat you inferior because you are belonging to a tribal community, then that gives rise to protest and resistance. Therefore, inequalities, bolo, inequality can be distributive, inequality can be relational, inequality is a form of perception, inequality is a form of experience. ठीक है, बताओ, can you name me a society where absolute equality is present, where everybody is absolutely equal in every respect? No. Communism may you can have economic equality, but there are people, those who are controlling power. देख रहे Putin decides what? अरे Putin one fine morning gets up and decides ये छोटा सा जो country है, that country will not be there in world map. Rest is history. So therefore, the people in case of communist society are unequal in terms of what? Power. You cannot have anybody in China enjoying equal power than Jinping. Yes or no? Yes or no? So therefore, power inequality is present, though wealth inequality is not present. Therefore, no society in human history can be found out where absolute equality is present. ठीक है? So therefore, बताओ, what is opposite to equality? Opposite to equality is not inequality. That is what? बताओ, no society is absolutely equal. Is any society absolutely unequal? If unequal, you will destroy that society. Therefore, every society goes for practical equality, preferred equality, looking into the conditions where you are present. Practical equality means we can only have equality to this extent. We cannot go for absolute equality. Understanding or not? So equality, that is acceptable. When India got its independence, we are suffering from primarily what? Food deficit. America used to give us primarily food aid. We are sustaining on that. So therefore, at that point of time, anybody having food to sustain and survive was feeling happy. But is that happening so today? So the people who are living on food aid, they are making more demands. We want road, we want transportation, we want job, we want regular supply of drinking water. They are making more demands. Therefore, inequality acceptable at that point of time is not the inequality acceptable today. And tell me, inequality your grandmother experienced happily is not the inequality that your mother accepted, and the kind of inequality mother accepted, you will never be tolerating to it. Therefore, definition of inequality keeps changing with the changing times. Yes or no? Here. So what is changing? What is changing? What is changing? हाँ भाई, online. What is changing? Society is changing. So when society is changing, perception of inequality is also changing. How much of inequality I can tolerate? How much of inequality I can accept? If inequality is beyond that, I'm going to resist, rebel, revolt, and destroy the system and go for what? Acceptable equality. Therefore, these concepts like equality, inequality are just mentioned in the syllabus. So, volumes of research are done on that. So, Marx talks about equality, inequality. Feminists talk about equality and inequality. Yes or no? So, different sociologists talk about equality and inequality in different ways. Modernization theory tells once a society becomes modern, more people will be educated, inequality will be primarily reduced further. So they have primarily view on equality and inequality. So therefore, my basic point of argument is when you are choosing an optional paper, may that be sociology or any other optional paper, scan your syllabus, go through the words, and put these words in ChatGPT and see whether you feel comfortable with these concepts or not. So you must get a connect with the subject. I keep on repeating that time and again. If you fall in love with the subject, that subject will never ever be a problem for you. Without primarily studying the subject, you'll be getting brilliant score in that subject. Therefore, love for subject is important. Passion for the subject is important. Connect with the subject is important. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Then subject will be doing wonders for you. I'm telling you one of my life experience. I took admission in economics in my graduation and did economics for 4 months. Then I felt I'm not able to connect with the numbers. Then I switched over from economics, came to sociology, and fell in love with that subject. And that subject lived with me till my lifetime. And one small example I'm giving you. I was writing my master's examination. We had some thinkers. I went to the class, I went to the exam hall and found out all questions have gone on the thinkers, which I have not prepared. Obviously, you'll sweat it out. Then I sat for 15 minutes, thought about the questions, wrote answer, and I became the topper in that paper. What I mean to say, sociology is an imaginative subject. Once your concepts are clear, you don't have to read. You can structure your answer there and then. Therefore, I keep telling my students, just one day before the exam, what you have to do is sleep at peace. Trust me, one girl from Uttarakhand, one day before the exam, on midnight, she cried over telephone. Sir, I'm not able to recall anything. I said, you better sleep. You sleep, tomorrow morning, things will take its own place. She slept. Result came. She got into IAS. So till today I tell her, because you slept well, therefore you wrote good answers, got good marks and cleared the exam. Therefore, when you are going for an optional paper, if you have got mental connect with it, you feel that subject, you internalize that subject will never fail you. Okay? So keep that in mind. So point number one is, when you are choosing an optional paper, don't go by the call of the market. You should always choose an optional paper driven by the call of your mind, and more importantly, call of your heart. Then scan the syllabus. Get into every small words. Look at your comfortability. Then go for it. Number three, don't go by this kind of perception. This subject is having this much of outreach with GS. Every subject is connected to GS. GS demands factual answer from you. Subject demands analytical, critical, academic answer from you. And your subject paper is evaluated by an academician. He knows the subject. Therefore, language will be different, content will be different, approach will be different. Okay, so these three things you have to keep in mind when you are going for the selection of optional. And optional decides your rank. GS helps you to clear the exam. Optional decides your rank. Because GS being factual, you look into the marks of most of the toppers. Variation of marks will be 10 to 20 marks. First 20 candidates, if you see, GS marks will be different by 20. But in subject, we'll be finding out 50 marks difference is there between the people who are getting top rank and the people who are getting primarily below 100 rank. 50 marks difference will be there in GS. Sorry, sociology, any optional. So therefore, your optional is primarily improving upon what? Your rank. Three things are important: interview performance, essay performance, and optional. If you are doing well in these three papers, they constitute a golden triangle. They primarily lift you up. Therefore, you need to prepare your optional paper much before you decide to write your prelims. UPSC preparation should be done 1 year before you decide to primarily write your exam. And first thing you have to do is do what? You prepare your optional paper. Because optional paper is mostly static. It requires exhaustive coverage. If you are finishing it beforehand, whenever you clear prelims, mains is prepared. You just jump into the mains, write it, and clear it in that attempt. Because nowadays prelims is quite dicey. You never know when you are going to clear prelims. To be very honest, if you are thinking of getting into civil service, strategic preparation is very, very important. Finish your optional subject, write your answers for optional. It requires time to write the answer, have mastery over it. So thereafter, you primarily prepare for your GS and prepare for your prelims. Okay? This is how you are going to choose your optional. Now I am going to discuss about sociology with you. See, if you look at sociology as an optional, let me tell you, over the years you'll be finding out sociology result is varying between 10 to 11%. Result का है पेपर दिखाना इधर रिजल्ट होगा क्या है इसको ऊपर करो यार क्या कर रहा हो रिजल्ट एक टेबल में होगा ये बड़ा होता है I suffer from technological poverty. See the result. See, this is sociology. I'm going to hit on sociology only. 2014, 193 candidates, 15, 173, 132, 137, 107, 126, 115. So the result is always primarily consistent. If you look at other subjects, they will be having their highs and lows. I'll not be identifying the subject that you have to see. Some subjects they have high at one point of time. 180, 190 students will clear. Another point of time, 50 or 60 students. But sociology is always more or less consistent. And 2021, out of first 20, you have 4 candidates, first 22 candidates, and this year, first 26 candidates. Get my point or not? So this is the result of sociology. Kyun? Sociology is imaginative. How to imagine it, that I'll do. I'll be putting that sociological imagination in your head. In story form, I'll be telling you the things. Your life experience will be a subject matter of sociology. Once you develop that thinking cap, any damn question may come in the exam. With confidence, you'll go to the exam hall, write the answer, and get a good score. That is my job. Okay? So sociology doesn't primarily provide you space to learn and reproduce. More you think, more you imagine, better you write, and good marks you get. ठीक है? निकलो इसको कैसे होता है? चलो छोड़ दो इसको. So over the years you'll be finding out sociology is giving you a consistent result. So in terms of a result, this is a quite popular optional. And sociology is opted by almost everybody coming from different backgrounds. Popularly, engineers opt for this subject, doctors opt for this subject, law students opt for this subject. Therefore, we are like khichdi. Anybody can have it. So sociology is quite popular among the students across the disciplines. Kyun? Not only because of marks, easy to understand. You live in a family, you have seen patriarchy in your everyday life. You have seen primarily what? Caste conflict. You know problems of the tribes. You have seen how developmental activities are taking place. So you live in a society and you have loads of social experience. Therefore, your life experience, I give words to it, that becomes sociology. Therefore, when I'm teaching you something, you'll be finding out you have experienced what I'm teaching you. But my analysis is different. Tell me one thing. Resources and source materials. See, poverty you are talking about. What is poverty? अमर्त्य सेन है बेसिक्स. क्या क्या बेसिक्स है बताओ? You need housing, you need education, you need primarily what? Shelter over your head, you need freedom, you need entertainment. So if you have these things, then you are not poor. Your knowledge of poverty is this much. Calorie poverty, income poverty, then primarily quality of life is the indicator of poverty. You call this quality of life definition as multidimensional explanation to poverty, approach to poverty. Have you ever thought about poverty of knowledge? Have you ever thought about poverty of knowledge? I'm giving you some idea. You can be using that in essay. If you do not have any knowledge about what government is doing for you, Can you benefit from the government programs? You are a district collector. You are primarily implementing various programs launched by the state. People don't have knowledge about it. They don't know what is MSME. They don't have knowledge about how to get microcredit facilities. They don't have knowledge how to primarily go to lodge a complaint if somebody is demanding money from them. They'll stay as poor or their position can be improved. Therefore, to eliminate economic poverty, you have to first eliminate what? Poverty of knowledge. You can eliminate poverty of knowledge by passing informations to them. So time and again you go for advertisements. Send people to tell them about government programs. Organize meetings as collector. Then people will be knowing about the programs of the government. We had a student who got Prime Minister's award recently. He is from Maharashtra. Devendra Singh karke. Pradhan Mantri Sinchai Yojana. He introduced in Bidar area where rainfall is scanty, where you find out famine is a regular occurrence. He changed the life of the people. So first you have to pass on what? Information, knowledge, make them aware about government programs, how these programs should be reaching them. Understanding or not? Therefore, what is more important? To eliminate poverty, distributive benefits are not important. To eliminate poverty, first you have to disseminate knowledge into their mind. If you don't have primarily knowledge, you don't know the virtues of democracy. You do not know citizens' rights. You cannot make demands from the state. Therefore, command politics will be predominating over demand politics. Command politics means state will decide, you have to accept. Demand politics means people will be making primarily what? Demands. Because they are conscious citizens. Understanding or not? Therefore, what is important? Political knowledge is important. Social knowledge is important. Environmental knowledge is important. Understanding or not? If you have this knowledge, sustainability will be present. Good governance will be possible. Poverty will be eliminated. Gender equity will be established. Yes or no? But mostly we are obsessed with which poverty? Economic poverty. 14% हो गया, 13% हो गया, 19% था. We are more concerned about economic poverty than giving importance on poverty of knowledge. और बताओ कुछ poverty? Poverty of knowledge. Poverty of character. When you look at the body of a woman as an object, respecting to the other person as a person. When you are looking at a woman as an object meant for possession, subject demands respectability. Subject means you are a person, I have to pay you respect. You have a mind, you can act, you can react, you can reflect, you can retreat. You are equal to me. Therefore, crime against women is increasing in the country. More India is becoming modern because people lack poverty of character. If you lack poverty of character, you treat others as untouchables. You treat women as primarily subjugated to you. You consider poor people don't have right to live their life. So therefore, rickshaw wala ko thappad marte ho. Domestic violence is taking place. Crime against women is increasing. Caste-based violence is getting a momentum. Kyun? We suffer from what? Poverty of character. Therefore, poverty of character is important. समझ में आ रहा है? Poverty of knowledge is important. If we carry strong character, understanding or not? If we are highly knowledgeable, then we can work in a disciplined way, cooperate with each other, respect for rules of law, use our profession, and make good dividend. Poverty will be eliminated. Getting my point or not? Therefore, poverty is a multidimensional phenomena or unidimensional phenomena? Multidimensional phenomena. But we are over focusing on which poverty? Economic poverty. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So therefore keep these things in mind. हाँ, poverty of idea, not wisdom. Wisdom तो बड़ी चीज है. So therefore cultural poverty, poverty of बहुत सारी चीजें. I'm not getting into details of it. So therefore what I'm telling you here is that sociology is a subject. So that will be giving you in-depth knowledge about different things, and that you can be using in different areas of your preparation for civil service. Therefore, more you are using the sociological knowledge in a holistic way, better you have primarily chance to use this knowledge to write a good essay, give a good interview performance. Suppose I am taking your interview. Tell me how poverty will be eliminated. Everybody will tell. Sir, by generating employment, educating people, bringing rural development, starting MSMEs, poverty can be eliminated, gender inclusion is important. Everybody will be primarily playing music. You come there, carry a smile. Sir, poverty is a multidimensional phenomena. Through the intervention of state, we can eliminate economic poverty. But sir, what about poverty of character? What about poverty of culture? What about poverty of ideology? What about poverty of knowledge? And all these poverties, if not eliminated, a strong, enduring, integrative, harmonic society will not be possible. Therefore, character building is important, ethics is important, bonding between people is important, sense of purpose to live life as the citizens of the country, driven by the spirit of fraternity is important. Therefore, to make a country primarily great, people should be behaving in a great manner. Economic poverty may be eliminated, but if these poverties are not taken care of, we'll still be living as poor. Bored will dance in joy. पता है कहां से आ गया है भाई? And that makes the difference between 170 and 220 interview marks. Therefore, knowledge you get in the classroom is the knowledge that is public property. But how that knowledge you are using in different domains of your preparation, that is individual choice. Understanding or not? So many things I'll be discussing in the class. But finest elements of the discussion, you pick them up, take them as the treasure, use at the relevant places. And that will be making your score in other domains of primary preparation much more what? Better. Your thinking capability sociology is going to develop. You are going to be more analytical, more critical, more reflexive, more tolerant after doing sociology. So therefore, my students used to tell that after 5 months, we have become different characters altogether. Therefore, sociology will be changing you as a person. As a person, when you change, it will be reflected in your answer. Therefore, nothing to learn, nothing to remember, not so many books to read. Sit in the class, listen to pravachan. I never come to the class with any paper. I'll pick up a topic and keep speaking. When I go fast, you'll be telling me, sir, please go slow. I'll go slow. You will listen and write. Gist of that is your answer. So this is what we are going to do. Okay? Now look at this. Sociology, if you look into the syllabus, not only it is scoring, but also it is primarily what entertaining subject, enjoyable subject. Tell me, when you are selected as a civil servant, what you are supposed to do? Many of my students keep telling me that sociology helped us to clear the exam, and after becoming administrator, we are pursuing sociology in practice. Or as collector, what you are going to do? Rural development, tribal development, poverty alleviation measures. Yes or no? And you understand social problems better. Because here we'll be discussing about Naxalism, why violence in case of primarily tribal areas. I discussed that. Land alienation. Understand not? Now you see developmental displacement is becoming a big issue. Tribals are thrown out of their primary natural habitat. So therefore, these tribes consider their other Indians taking up arms. And when you are posted in Bastar, you see the real problem. They don't have skill, they don't have right over natural resources, they are subjected to forced migration. Then what you studied in the class, that you see in practice. You can be sympathetic, you can be empathetic, you can bring in some primarily innovative programs, and you can primarily control this violence. एक स्टूडेंट था हमारा देवकंठ करके, he was posted in the Naxalite prone area. So he developed a brilliant strategy. He targeted tribal primarily men belonging to 18 to 25 age group and told them, anybody shunning violence will be given a piece of land to go for self-cultivation. Government will be giving funds. You take a piece of land, we'll be giving you seeds, farming implement, everything. You till that piece of land with a condition. You should be going for small family norms. Now, productivity is coming from land. Family is getting food to eat. Now, these parents are dreaming about the future of their children. My child should study. Child should go to school. He should become an officer. So once your stomach is full and you see others benefiting from education, you primarily send your child to school, then primarily sending your child to get training in Naxalite camps. Within a span of 5 years, the intensity of violence in that area decreased by 23%. That you have to do as a vibrant IAS officer. Therefore, what you are doing in terms of theory in sociology, that you have to do in practice when you are joining civil service. Therefore, sociology will be so greatly preserved as a treasure in your heart. Not only you are using the subject to get a good score, after clearing the exam, you'll be needing sociology as a civil servant. Poverty you will see in naked eyes. Violence you'll be noticing in primarily taking place in the ground reality. Inequality you'll be finding out. And carrying an empathetic human heart, you'll be addressing to these problems. You'll become a celebrated officer. So sociology is not a means to an end, it is an end in itself. So you are not taking the subject only to get good score. The subject makes you a different human being. You live with it. Therefore, sociology is a subject you live with. Sociology is not a subject you choose to use and throw it. Even if you try to throw it, it will be automatically coming to your pocket and live with you. Okay, so this is what is sociology. So my role would be to make you fall in love with subject. And trust me, after 5 months, whatever may be your background, you'll forget that. You'll be falling in love with sociology. So you will become a sociologist. और तुम माँ बाप आके मेरे को गालियां देंगे, बच्चों को बिगाड़ दिया पूरा. ठीक है? So that is sociology. And result I have discussed with you. And it is easy for students coming from different faculties of knowledge. Everybody falls in love with it. And at the same time, it is not a subject you have to work hard on. Okay? Concepts are there, it will be explained, live examples will be given to you, you'll be keeping that concepts in head, so things will be easier for you. Saying so, I'll be giving importance on one more thing. I give more importance on writing practice, because how much you know, that you are getting score on the basis of what you write. Okay? We have a team of professors picked up from JNU, Delhi University, Ambedkar University. They will be evaluating your script. If I teach you, I evaluate the script, I will be not objective, because I am not going to be your examiner now. Examiners are half my age. So their thinking pattern, their ideas will be primarily reflected in your answer. Therefore, whether you are writing in a proper way or not, going in proper direction or not, that will be objectively evaluated by a team of professors. Every month there will be a class test. The topics that you have finished in the class, so these topics, most difficult questions will be given to you. It's are simple questions. Critical questions will be given to you. UPSC will not be asking you such kind of questions. Highly academic questions will be given to you. Because if you could answer to those questions, any damn question UPSC gives you will be cakewalk for you. You'll be writing answer to that question. Doromat sun to lo. So then there will be papers will be evaluated. You will be sitting with the examiners. That we call as hand holding. They will be telling you where you have gone wrong. And as many pages you are writing, those many pages in the answer script they will write. Each paper will be meticulously primarily evaluated. Grammatical mistakes, content where missing out, structural problems, how value addition can be made, everything they will be discussing with you. And tentative model answer will be given to you. Model answer never does mean learn from there and reproduce. Model answer will be giving a lead how to write best answer to a particular question. So this practice will be done for 4 to 5 months. Thereafter, weekly test will be conducted. Every week, 5-6 questions. 150 questions to 200 questions will be ready in hand, properly evaluated. Do nothing. Read these answers. Go to exam hall. How many answers you have to write? 18, 19 answers. You have 200 prepared answers in hand. So knowledge you got in the classroom, answer is done in the primarily, class test, enrichment. Now you are fully confident. The day you clear prelims, so mains is a cakewalk for you. And if you are solidly preparing for your mains, essay is taken care of. And sociology will be helping you out in for value addition in other areas of GS, like any other optional subject. Then you'll be feeling confident. So therefore, you don't have to worry if you're opting for sociology. So till the time you clear the exam, will be there to primarily support you. Good quality materials will be given to you. Class notes will be quite exhaustive. Don't write everything in the class. Because class discussions will be so exhaustive, so contemporary, that you'll be feeling like writing everything. Current issues, I'm going to relate. Sociological studies, I'm going to relate. Simple concept, I'll be making clear. You'll feel like writing everything. Don't do that. It will be 3,000 pages. You'll not be able to handle. So you just write the gist of what is being discussed. And previous year question papers, once I finish a topic, visit previous year question papers. I'll be discussing these question papers in the class. If such and such question comes, how we are going to write the answer. So you know previous year question papers, how it is to be written. You have content to write new answers. I'll be giving you some new questions, telling you how to address to these new questions. So I think life will be easier for you. Anything else you want to? 1 minute इसको बताओ. Yes, materials will be given to you, but mind you, intentionally I don't dictate in the class. The reason is what you know. If I dictate in the class, everybody will be writing same answer. If you are writing same answer, first person copy, examiner is evaluating, will be getting very good score. Second person will get less. When the examiner come to 10th person, he will be punished. सारे बताएंगे एक prepared notes करके ले आया. But what I do, I give you so much of content that a particular answer can be written in 10 different ways. I'll tell you, sociology is very subjective. One particular question can be addressed in 10 different ways. And that will be there in my class content. Therefore, depending on your primarily selection choice, you pick up the content and write the answer. So therefore, all your answers will be different. That's why sociology is consistent. I don't want to take credit. Sociology, if giving consistent result over the years, it is because of the fact I don't dictate my students. वो रोते हैं, सर प्लीज डिक्टेशन दे जाए नहीं. Long run में it will be beneficial to you because dictation is easy for me. I'll come, I'll sit, I'll have my chewing gum or pan, I'll keep dictating to you. But dictation will be making stereotypical answers, and that will not be done. That's why Medha primarily got 310 marks highest in sociology. 4 people they got marks more than 300 in sociology this year. इनका जानते हो उनको कि नहीं? You know these people? In Vajiram YouTube you can see their interview. They had interview with me. And एक बोलता है सर मैंने कुछ नहीं किया आपका नोट्स पढ़ के हो गया. So therefore you don't have to worry. You are absolutely safe and secure. Only follow the guidelines that is being given to you. And I'm repeating it once again. You must know what not to write. So that is to be done. So much of information people collect, they don't know how to use it, they feel lost in the middle, so that creates problem. Okay. Anything else? Handouts will be provided, materials will be given to you. I will be taking 95% of the syllabus. And online students, remember, you are not stepchildren. Okay? You are no stepchildren. So half my attention will be there with you and half my attention will be here. Okay? And you can connect with me. Everybody is new to sociology. Don't read anything before attending the class. I'll be starting with ABC of sociology until the time all of you understand. Lecture will not go forward. When all of you tell, yes, we are understanding, the next lecture will be delivered. This class is your class. I am not primarily coming something with fixed preparation that if you ask me to repeat, I'll forget. So you will switch me on, I'll speak. You switch me off, I'll stop. If you ask me to repeat, I'll repeat. So class will be your class. On the basis of the level of your understanding, teaching will go. Simple language I'll be using. Loads of example I'll be primarily giving. Till the last student of the class understand, lecture will not go forward. Repetition will be there. Okay? So therefore you don't have to worry. Mata, any more questions? Which one? 4.5 months time, every day 2 hour. जाओ रख क्या जाओ वह तो हो गया I finished और क्या. Anything if you want to ask any question you can do it. Keep your bag and come back. अब पूछो और किसको पूछना है कुछ पूछो. हाँ भाई. Take it for granted it may be 7 days per week. ठीक है. If you want a break in between, that can be considered. But it will be going in a flow. If you are tired, you tell me, I'll be giving you 1 day break. You will be yourself will be telling, sir, continue the class. You are in which year? Then you are in which year? Second year or third year? Second year. You can start now. There is no problem. Because optional preparation should be done 1 year before you take your prelims. If you have missed out that, then obviously there is no choice. But I need 6 to 8 months time you spend on your optional. Optional will be giving you dividends. And don't do your optional in a hurry. In a hurry means you cannot do writing. So you cannot understand the concept clearly. So obviously will be, problem is once a person fails in the exam, he is losing primarily his or her heart and losing self-confidence. I don't want that to happen. Your optional will be so solidly prepared, you will be getting sufficient time to primarily prepare for your prelims. And once prelims is done, optional is prepared, remaining time you can be using for GS. So GS coaching, sociology coaching, you finish in advance. or optional coaching you finish in advance. Finish also your writing exercise so that with full confidence preparation you go for your prelims. Don't keep optional preparation between prelims and mains because 3 months time is there. Within 3 months time you cannot do any justice to your optional paper. So it will be a wastage of money, wastage of your time. And एक चीज दिमाग में रखना, your youth is at stake. Your parents' dream is at stake. This 1 year time, you focus your attention only on studies, no diversion. We are there to help you out. You just stay focused. Result will definitely come. And trust me, over the years, I have seen hundreds of students clearing the exam. Very, very average students. Ordinary average student. You don't have to be extraordinarily brilliant to clear UPSC. ये जो आशीष है, देखा ना जरा इसे सकल, ये 8th rank. He's topper of IIT. फाइव अटेम्प्ट्स, 2 बार प्रीलिम्स नहीं हुआ, ठीक है. 2 times he couldn't clear prelims. IIT topper, BTech topper, MTech topper, IIT खड़गपुर. तो इसलिए ऑप्शनल ही प्रिपेयर्ड, देन द डे ही प्राइमरली क्लियर प्रीलिम्स, 8th rank. So Medha in second attempt, आगे वो छोड़ दो इसे, एडवर्टाइजमेंट बंद करो इसको. So Medha in your second attempt got into railways. Third attempt she got 13th rank and sociology topper. They all are ordinary students. Academic brilliance is not required to clear prelims. I have seen people from Maharashtra could not articulate in English, but they write in such brilliant handwriting and they get good marks. So never ever underestimate yourself. You have that spark, you have that brilliance. Optional is 500 marks.
Sir, sociology as a subject, does that subject also need updation in notes like in PSIR or not?
See, updation means what? इसको बंद करो जरा पीछे, इसको बंद करो यार, वेट कर लो. Sociology, if you look into syllabus, I didn't discuss syllabus with you, you will be finding out that in political science you have international relation that changes every day. But in sociology, rural development, tribal development, population policy, do they change every day? No. And Niti Ayog has made our life easier. 20 years vision, 25 years vision. So therefore, sociology doesn't require upgradation. But upgradation if new studies are there. अपग्रेडेशन स्कीम भी नहीं है, स्कीम तो तुम जीएस में करोगे. स्कीम का थीम, टेक द थीम ऑफ, ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, सोशियोलॉजी इज नॉट ए फैक्चुअल डिसिप्लिन. सपोज जनधन प्रोग्राम यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, I would be saying Jan-Dhan program is primarily promoting financial inclusion among the people, those who are living in the bottom line of economic hierarchy. See my language. Bottom line of economic hierarchy are primarily going for what? Inclusion. Through Jan-Dhan account, we can go for direct credit transfer. Corruption can be eliminated. It will be empowering the people. Because previously they were primarily living at the grace of Sarpanch. Now under Manrega scheme, I am not using Manrega. Under Manrega scheme, a worker who is getting money, that is deposited in his account. Transparency is there. So economic primarily what? Inclusion is present. People are becoming self-confident. Then I'll write. Political citizens are converted into economic citizens. Sociology requires analysis. Sociology doesn't require upgradation. If you miss out a scheme, you are not losing marks. But if you are writing in proper language with thinking, marks will be showered on you. That is the beauty of sociology. Always remember, sociology is analytical, sociology is explanatory, sociology is reflexive. What others cannot think, that you think. And that gives value addition to your answer. And that you don't have to think. I'll be thinking for you. You share my thinking as your thinking. Write that in the exam. Befool the examiner. Get the marks. Become IAS officers. Done. तुमको काम करना नहीं पड़ेगा कुछ. समझ में आ रहा है? The way I am thinking, you think in the same way. Take this thinking and write on that. खत्म काम. और कुछ पूछ रहा था? Book list. हाँ. Commencement, I don't know. Commencement, they will be telling you. I think April, कब से कोर्स हो रहा है सुनो? 20th April. 20th April they are starting the course, and it will be 4.5 months time. Syllabus will be finished. 4.5 months time. ठीक है? Maximum तुम ले लो 4.5 months means 15-20 days. 125 classes I used to take to finish the syllabus. So if you are taking classes every day in a week, maybe in 4 months time it will be finished. If you are taking breaks in between, it may take a little longer. So 125 classes, you'll be having 5 registers full as class note. And class note will be Bible to you. इससे पढ़ना है. And so many things you have to eliminate from the class note, because one topic I'll be discussing from multiple perspectives. ठीक है? Anything else? I'll be doing the basics. Why should you do? Because the problem with sociology is, I have got so many videos in internet, and these videos, lectures I have delivered in UGC program as a university professor. These lectures are meant for the academicians. If you listen to this lecture, you'll think sociology is so difficult. So why I'm asking you not to read any book? Because books will be written in sociological language. If you don't understand that language, you'll be losing interest. Therefore, if you want to read any basic book, NCERT is good. IGNO materials are good. Some of the IGNO materials I have also written. IGNO we have written for whom? The people who have dropped out from the college. There is a gap of around 5 to 10 years in their academic career. So these people are coming back to study once again. Therefore, we are writing in pictorial way, simple language, with lot of illustrations and examples, so that if you read, it will be understandable to you. If you read Anthony Giddens, if you read Prince George Ridger, you will break your head. Then I have to take you to Gangaram Hospital. Understanding or not? So don't read standard books now. And once you are studying here, I'll be giving you 2 to 3 books to read after I finish my course. The course will give you content. Only for value addition, 1 or 2 books I'll ask you to read. Before you join the course, don't buy any book. You are spending money here. So therefore, it is my role to give you materials. Don't spend money on the books. So books you'll be buying after the course is finished. If you are going for self-preparation, we have a list of readings I have given you. Vajiram website that is available. You can refer to it. Okay? If you are doing coaching, no materials you have to buy from market. Only class notes will be sufficient. Read either NCERT or you are reading what? IGNO materials. IGNO ESO. Okay? Lecture timing is 2:30. The question क्या था देखो? There is theory that science subject answers are to the point, but I doubt if possible to stick with the pointed answers. See, if science gives you factual, primarily what? Science is asking for factual informations. If all science students give you factual answer, then all science students must have been the toppers. UPSC is having its own pattern. UPSC goes for scaling technique. If in science subject, highest is 240, sorry, 340. Social science subject, highest is 280. They will be bringing 340 down to the level of 320 and scale up 280 to primarily 310 to 315. So parity is maintained. Understanding or not? So therefore, it is not science subjects that is only giving you good score. As against what? देखा ना इसको जरा, वो जो स्कोरिंग था, सोशल साइंस सब्जेक्ट्स, इधर साइंस भी है सारे, देख लो. हाँ, ये बड़ा कर दो. इसमें देखो, साइंस सब्जेक्ट केमिस्ट्री 7, 11, 12, 11, 12, 13, 15 साइंस. फिजिक्स 14, 20, 14, 14, 13, 12, 8. अंडरस्टैंडिंग इट नॉट. इंजीनियरिंग है नहीं इसमें. हाँ है एक, 15, 13, 17, 19, 17, 16, 15, 1, 2. Why? Engineers can do sociology, but sociologists cannot do engineering. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So therefore, very few people are opting for what? Their mother subject, if they are engineers or if they are doctors. They go for social science subjects. Because social science subjects do have restrictive syllabus. I didn't discuss about syllabus of sociology. You know syllabus of sociology? 10 chapters in paper 1. सबसे shortest syllabus is sociology. 10 chapters in paper 2. And there is a 60% overlapping between paper 1 and paper 2. Overlapping, your understanding? What you are doing in paper 1, that you are doing in paper 2. Syllabus देखा ना जरा. छोड़ो. You see politics and society here. Sociological theories to power, bureaucracy, pressure group, political parties, nation, state, citizenship, democracy. Either you do political system, here also you do political system. Nation, democracy, citizenship, political parties, pressure, exact word to word said. Here you are doing family and kinship, exact same to same. इधर हुआ था. हाँ. Lineage and descent, types of kinship, family and marriage, household dimension to family, patriarchy, entitlement, sexual division of labor. Paper 1 also you are doing the same thing. Family, household, marriage, types of family, lineage, descent, patriarchy, sexual division of labor, contemporary trends. Social change you have in both the papers. Religion you have in both the papers. Political system you have in both the papers. Economic life you have in both the papers. 60% of the syllabus of paper 1 is overlapping with paper 2. So therefore, read at one place, use it at another place. ठीक है? And so much of interlinkage between chapters. See here. I was discussing with these concepts. Equality, inequality. Economic inequality you do in economic chapter. Political inequality you do in political chapter. Inequality on the basis of caste you do in caste chapter. Gender inequality you do in gender chapter. So inequality, equality is overlapping. Understanding or not? So therefore, a lot of overlapping is there. So in sociology, you treat your syllabus as one compact unit. So whatever you are reading in one chapter, happily you can use that in another chapter. So therefore, quality of answers will be primarily what are different. So entire syllabus is a package, and only 10 units are there in the syllabus. 10 chapters here and 10 chapters there. तो comprehensive syllabus, quality materials are available, scoring trend is good, answer is not monotonous, understanding or not. So therefore, this is most favored subject by the students. ठीक है, चले. Any other question? Would you please repeat again the IGNO materials? ESO, elective sociology paper. Class timing is fixed, that is 2:30. Any other question you have, online students? क्या है? मेरे को दिखाई थोड़ी ना देगा, पढ़ो. बूढ़ा आदमी हूँ कहाँ. Second year engineering, can I study optional subjects? Yes, you can do it. I'll be taking the class starting with chapter 1 and finishing with last chapter. I love you too. ऑप्शनल एडवांटेज बोल दिया, और क्या बोलना है, ज्यादा बोलना ठीक नहीं रहेगा. Current affairs you can add in sociology. You have rural development, tribal development, you have developmental displacement, you have communal conflict, you have literacy, understand not? Variations in literacy, educational disparity, new education policy. You can be using current affairs. That I'll do. You don't have to do anything. I'll be relating current affairs in the class. Newspaper articles I'll be relating in the class. You have to listen, take down the notes, and stay focused in the class. ठीक है? हाँ. 2:30, हाँ. Till 5. You want it to be prolonged? GS class, 5 I finish. Maximum by 5:10. Suppose discussion is going on, 5:10. And class timing also you decide. Once it is 5, students primarily they manifest symbolic gesture. चुप बैठो और 5 मिनट बैठेंगे, जाओ छुट्टी जाओ, हो गया. It is your class. Enjoy it and it will be stress free. Whatever stress you are carrying, sociology will be stress buster to you. आराम से बैठो, गपशप सुनो, maybe enjoying the classes, go back home, have your tea. You'll be forgetting that class is being conducted. Go back home happily, you are happy and I am happy. ठीक है, जाओ भागो. 2:30 is fixed. Which time? 5. 2:30 is fixed. That is my fixed time. ठीक है, since last 38 years. So I cannot change the timing. ठीक है, चलो. Thank you. God bless you.